I'm not really sorry. Life's sorry. Life's sorry. Okay. So, I can't remember the first time he didn't come home. I remember hoping every time that I don't have to remember tonight as the last time he didn't come home. When he was a teenager, I used to constantly imagine where he was and what he was doing. The television lights became the only flicker of light in the house, marking the still hours passing on and gone. You don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't know where, who, or what he's doing. The closest thing to knowing you have is that knowing that probably what he said was a lie. Then he stops saying. He just goes. The times, you know. He tells you about the fight and the bullets going past, and you look at the 13-year-old hulk of a boy that I love and still isn't a man, and all I want to do is pull him out of his skin and scream so that it goes into him. But it never does. He just says he knows, and he'll do better. But he doesn't. You do all that you can and desperate things you never thought you could think of doing, and still it's not better. When he was little, he loved card games. He would giggle and scream while he was winning. He always threw back his head, thick neck even when he was small. When he was 10, he was large enough to punch a hole through our kitchen wall. And he did. He was angry, and so he did. And I don't know which alternative was scarier to me, the idea that he did it because he couldn't control his anger or because he wanted to prove that he could. There's a moment when you start noticing that the child isn't innocent anymore. But with him, it was more than that. It was a moment when the child was scary. He used to love to go swimming, fighting through the water with no particular grace, just force and determination to splash and chase, to play. He had dorky green goggles, things he is far too cool to ever be seen in now, but they kept him away from the blindness, the drowning. But now, here we are, both blind and drowning, and I wish you would swim or fight for something, anything now, other than your misplaced notions of pride and honor and your own fucking pathetic idea of what makes you a man. And it's never silent anymore. Because when you love someone who seems bent on destroying themselves, you realize that because you love them, it means they are bent on destroying both of you. And there's no peace. There's no quiet in that. I remember seeing him hold his daughter in his arms for the first time. Meaty hands shaking as they tried to support the baby's head, and tears streaking down a face I didn't think could cry anymore. I looked at him and hoped he would grow into a man that baby wanted to call father, but he didn't. I couldn't make him. The first time he threatened me, I told him to go ahead, hit me if he wanted. I would just hit him back. But he never laid a hand on me. He didn't need to, because there are far worse things than flesh wounds. The bullet that ended his life has been silently streaking towards us for a long time. When it finally found its mark and the phone rings, I think to myself that I've known and yet still hoped against this phone call for a long time. Some doctor tried to stop the bleeding. I should have warned her. I've been trying to stop the bleeding for a long time now.